morning to you all. Namaste. Hey guys, this is Pisces October reading for 2017. So thank you all for joining me. It's lovely to have you with me. We are using a new deck this month, which you see in front of you, called Energy Cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. They're a beautiful deck, very lively, with very animated messages from within. We'll use 6 cards from this deck, and we'll focus on one other card as well, which I have already drawn for you before the reading from the Keepers of Light deck. And in fact, you guys drew the Light Keeper Radha. Now, Radha is about the soul flame and healing relationships. So we'll look into a little bit of that at the end of the reading. In the meantime, let's shuffle for your October reading and see what comes forth. October is still quite a powerful month of planetary alignments and a lot of activity going on. So expect there to be some, sort of wildness to the month of October, if you like, in some way or another. So this is Pisces for October. Okay, let's see what is in store for you guys. Hostilities, the first card, 26. Attachment, number 5. Adjacent possibilities, number 24. Indecision, number 8. Walking away, 27. And the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel, and the 5th chakra is around the throat, which is often communication. So in saying what I did to begin with, it does sound as though we have a month where there might be a few changes for you guys one way or another, either your decisions about walking away or energies around you. But let's just move into the cards and see what messages they deliver as we carry on with the reading. This card often suggests that there is something hostile around you or around your environment. So some of you may be living with people who are being unfair towards you or who are directing some sort of negative energy to you. Look, this could be personal, it could be a private business that's going on between very close relationships, or it could be in the more broader perspective, which affects areas such as our community or our work environment. So whatever it is, when this happens, it's a time to get rid of that negativity and to be able to move those people or situations around, shuffle them around or move them out or address the situation. Often hostilities they arrive because someone or a certain group of people or a person sees something from their own perspective and is just fixated on it, and they get either jealous, because jealousies are often the root cause of hostilities, or they have perceived to be something wrong, so they've misunderstood a situation and they become angry about it, or they're just plain not the right people to have around you. So whatever the situation is that could be around you, whoever it might be, whether it's a close member, like a close love relationship or family relationship, or a more extended one, it would pay for you to stand up and get this set right. You don't have to be abused by people or have hostile energies in your life. You can address them. You can choose to correct the situation and have mediation around it, or you can choose to stand up and say, listen here, that's not how it is, and you've heard it wrong and you're telling people the wrong things. It's time to make sure that you're being put in the right light, and that anything around you that is incorrect is being made correct and being fixed and being altered. So we come to this next card, and it's attachment, number 5. Now, this card often has the energy of saying that you're kind of stuck in a place. And I've got this feeling of being stuck, but also with you guys of either wanting to move forward or into a new direction, or literally that it is going to happen regardless. So the attachment card can be suggesting that you're too afraid to make a move for some reason. You either might feel that you haven't got the nous to do it, or you haven't got the tools required, you haven't got the training in place. So this is about looking at yourself introspectively and understanding that if we want to climb Mount Everest, we don't just suddenly book a flight to Nepal and then get to the bottom of the damn thing and start climbing. It's years worth of training and a whole lot of preparation that goes into it. And it's all about taking one step at a time. So often when we are in a place of fear and afraid to move forward, or indecision and being attached to something that we currently have because we don't know how to move out of it, it's because we're looking too far in the future. Everything is a mountain if you start at the beginning and you're trying to look at the very far distant end of it. It's almost always impossible. You imagine when you were a baby, you wouldn't have been able to suddenly jump into being an adult. It took all the years of learning and understanding and trials and tribulations to get you to become an adult. So whatever it is you're holding on to and whatever it is you're afraid to make the next jump into, you have to be more logical about it and you have to bring it back to closer steps to be able to let things go and move into the next box or the next category. Attachments can also be about people in your life. You could be attached to a certain person or relationship. But again, the feeling around this is that it's not doing you any favours. It's kind of like that's a very grey card with kind of subdued energies, as if you're being subdued by this attachment. So remember too, attachments can be things like alcohol, drugs, just being out of balance. So you could even be attached to shopping or online shopping or dieting or running marathons or anything. So it means that we need to bring balance into our life to be able to move forward. Let's look at this one here, the adjacent possibilities. This is really good. It's a good opportunistic card, and it kind of works well with this one here, the indecision. That adjacent possibilities is telling you if you've got a plan or an idea or a thoughtscape to take you into the future, whether it's work related or relationship wise or projects or anything, creative, there is something else out there for you as well. So it's not suggesting that whatever it is you're doing is wrong, but it's also suggesting that there is more than one option available for you. It's like you're not necessarily seeing it. You perhaps are looking down only one angle, and they're asking you to have a wider view or a wider perspective or broaden your horizon. And when you do that, you will see that you have many more opportunities coming your way than you actually thought you did. So again, each of you, this will be personal and independent, but for some of you it could be career opportunities, for some of you it could be relationship, for some of you it could be health. So whichever one, and there's more obviously, I'm just suggesting a few, but for each and every one of you, whichever this category is falling into, they're just suggesting that you keep your eyes open and your ears to the ground as such, and look out a little bit further, because there are opportunities that are going to be available to help you move into the next passageway of life. So it's a really good card. It bodes very well. And then we come to this number 8 down here. So you've got the 2 8s, that's an 8 and that's an 8, and they sort of have the same type of energy. And this is indecision. Now this is often saying we've come to some sort of pathway and we don't know which way to go. And that aligns itself a wee bit to the attachment. I'm a wee bit attached to living in this area or this neighbourhood, and I don't know if I really want to shift. Or, well, I'm a wee bit attached to these people in my life, this group of friends, so I really don't know if I want to lose them and go to a new area or a new university. Or, gosh, I'm a bit attached to my lifestyle, I like the fact that I have a job that's 9 to 4 and I get to come home and I don't work shifts or weekends, and, I earn so much money, so I don't know if I want to take the risk and do something different. But it's telling you to contemplate this period of indecision and to really go in and make a list. Say to yourself, why would A be better than B? Or what has A got to offer that B doesn't? Or why should I stay with A and not be. And when you start to make a list, often it becomes easier to see which path is actually better, and it helps move through periods of indecision. And indecision are quite often they're based in fear of making the wrong mistake. So this whole these 4 cards here all have a bit of fear, if you like, of moving forward around them. And as humans, we're very attached to patterns, and we're very attached to stability. It's nice when we have the good things in our life and it's all working well. So sometimes it is very hard to make movement and make changes and move away. But this comes to this card here, walking away. And this is a period of saying to you that a cycle is ending and it's time to close the gate and walk on through to the new one, the new paradigm opening, which is this here. And it's interesting that this card up here is adjacent to this one, and this is your adjacent possibilities coming in when you are ready to walk away. So a lot of leaving here, leaving behind hostilities, leaving behind indecision, leaving behind attachments, walking away from any of that negativity or fear-based stuff that might have held your creative being down, might have kept you captive a little bit, and walking into the light, into new possibilities. So I think it's an empowering reading that makes you perhaps contemplate the parts of your life that you might have been hiding from. But walking away is always a wonderful thing, because we know whenever one door closes, another opens, and it takes us on to the new, exciting chapters of our life that become us, the new portals that teach us more information about us. They open our awareness further. They take us to the places we've yet been. And this is what we're here for, to experience on our life's journey. We're not here really just to sit here and do the same old thing day after day, year after year. We're here to grow and learn and become amplified and excited and, like on fire. That's what we're here to experience. So we move into this next one, and it's number 39, and it's Archangel Gabriel, who's very good at healing. And he's in the throat chakra for you guys. So this is about being able to voice yourself and voice your opinions and voice your displeasure at other people either abusing you or negating you. This is your opportunity to put words into actions, to put words from the thought form down onto the paper, to write those lists, to picture those opportunities, to manifest them all in. This is the time for new awakenings and new awareness in many different aspects of your life. So it's a powerful time, Always when we face the harsh stuff in life and we get a few negative cards, well, not negative, but we get a few cards that make us sit up and take notice, we go, yeah, maybe there are some things that I could change and make better and walk away from. So use your communication skills when you have this one. Get into negotiations or get into mediation. Get into things that require communication. A lot of problems in life are solved when we communicate, whether you're talking to someone or writing to someone or writing lists down or anything like that. Communication is key to so much in life. So there you are, Pisces. I think, as I said, these cards really seem to be very full of extremely great messages. They just pour out of the cards. They're really beautiful to work with and very easy as well. So now I will pack these ones away and I will show you that card we talked about at the beginning, Radha, the soul flame. And it's very interesting, after what we've just been saying, what the words are on the Radha card, because I hadn't really looked until I have just pulled her into vision now. Oops, just let me get that so that it's... Now, Radha, soul flame. And the words at the bottom say, rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship, harmony and healing. which is so nice after what we were talking about in your reading, that there could be people around you who have not been good enough to you. And Radha is there to oversee all of this. At the end of this reading, she's saying, I'm here to help you work through any relationship issues or communication issues, and especially with yourself as well. So the soul flame part of Radha could very much be enlightening yourself again, reigniting you with yourself if you've been feeling down or separated or discombobulated. She might be the healing for yourself. But also we know the word soul flame, or I was thinking of twin flame actually, so I will carry along that paradigm. That's the connection of the very deep spiritual energies that harmonize with each other. So soul flame obviously is about yourself, and it is about healing from within, and it's also about reigniting yourself and feeling the fire, which is exactly what I said earlier. So the messages that were coming were definitely really aligned to the whole reading for you all. Some of you might have an experience with a twin flame type synergy or energy as well as the month moves on or as the year progresses. And that inevitably helps to reignite our passions in life and our spiritual essence and journey. So there you are, Pisces. I hope you really enjoyed this beautiful reading. It comes at a great level of light and energy, and certainly with the Keepers of the Light card here at the very end, you have a great benevolent protector around you for the month. So feel Radha's energies and really call upon them, and just, sort of get into that October energies and deal with it and become the you that you shine to be. So thank you, Pisceans. Have a wonderful month ahead. All the very, very best. Thank you for subbing, liking and commenting. I do love reading your comments. If any of you require a private reading with me, follow the links below the video. Take care, everyone. Namaste.